Alright, so let's go with another game. This time I got, like, well, not many. According to this, I only have 4 left in the Streets Rage 2 this time. Let's see. Let's try the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what I have to work with. Whoops. Let's see the story. It looks like the story is beautiful. Let's see what the story is. Evil always seems to lose. Good artwork. In an alternate universe, the end of Mr. X has caused a power vacuum. Wizard Akuro Sensei Akuro Saki has come to take over the city. Maruko Saki. Very good artwork. Mr. X, the city boss, previously defeated, has relinquished power to the Shredder and his evil Foot Clan. Thirsty for revenge, Shredder recruits villains and anti-heroes to rule the city. To open a challenge issue to the TMNT for one more showdown, the Green Machine enlists some friends of their own to help kick some shell. 4 young turtles, with their best allies, make a stand for friendship and peace. I love the artwork. They did a very good job. The artwork looks beautiful. Now, let's see what I have to work with. 9 lives, they modded that, cool. So, I have a choice of Raphael, who's got more power, a little bit more range, of course. Even though I think technically Michelangelo should be one with more range, shouldn't he? More technique, faster, jumps higher. We also have April O'Neil. So this is based on the newer Ninja Turtles, I'm assuming. That was by Viacom, which means if there's any problems, I will definitely fix the copyright issue, because Viacom might be a problem. And it looks like April and Michelangelo are the same. Splinter is more power, just like Raphael. The same technique. And even slower, because he is an old man after all. But good range. Now, Donatello should have the same range. Same power, but less technique, because he is a newbie. And we have Leonardo, who's all around. And then, of course, we got Casey Jones, which is sometimes April's love interest. He's got more power than April. Yeah. Okay, so let's start with Splinter. Unfortunately, not many characters to choose from. This is actually a smaller pool. Slower, but has longer range. And the Foot Clan are there, that's good. Too bad there's no thing like Mona Lisa. And Mondo Gecko. So, perhaps this is not like the Viacom one. And you have Mousers. That's great. Alright. This is great. I'm going to pick who I want as the game, as the character. Let's see. Let's go with Donatello. Donatello is actually a little bit weaker than Splinter. I guess I should have gone with Donatello first. Again, long range, but weaker of attack. I might have to go with the weaker attack. Money is the same. Okay, that's good to know. Wait, I might need to turn my TV back on. I'll be back. Now that I've fixed the TV, let's get back to what I was doing. Hopefully the ending will be as good too. Let's go with... Let's try... Casey Jones. Now, even though he's not supposed to be like a ripoff, I always felt like Casey Jones was like a bit of like, should I say, Jason Voorhees. I mean, look at his hockey mask. But then again, he also looks like he could be also inspired by the Mighty Ducks, which was a hockey. So whichever he was inspired by, I have no idea. I love how if he slides, he actually has his baseball helmet. He also feels like the Punisher and Batman combined. Possible. Alright, let's see the next one. Gotta make my decision, but I've still got other characters to look at before I make my final decision. Let's see. Let's take a look at Michelangelo. Michelangelo? I mean Raphael. My bad. I said the wrong name. Let's try Raphael. Raphael supposedly has longer range, even though I thought nunchucks would technically be longer. I like how he smiles, like he's just like, go ahead, make my day. Yeah, he's got that go ahead, make my day speech already. Alright, so now we got that all done. Next is going to be Michelangelo. Hard to believe that nunchucks would actually be shorter range than the fork, to be honest. But it is. It's actually shorter range. I would think nunchucks would be longer range. Okay, so attack level is not so bad. Except for the Mausers. The Mausers are definitely higher. Alright, Mike, of course, short for Michelangelo, Raph, Leo, Don. Well, let's try Leonardo. Now, what's funny about the Leonardo is he was one of my favorite. He was my favorite Ninja Turtle. I should say not one, but was my favorite. But the problem is, me and him don't agree on the same style. As you can see, he's a dual-wielding sword wielder. I'm more of a Link kind of character, where I actually would use a sword and shield for my attacks. I prefer the sword and shield over dual swords any day. Now let's take a look at the last one, the one that amazingly took so long to be able to be a hero, because she was never a hero, she was always a damsel in distress. You know her, and a lot of people love her at times. Meet April O'Neil of Channel 6 News. Now her attacks should be based on the newer games. Yeah, for one thing, she's got long range, it looks like. That's cool. Long range. And she uses her own Channel 6 weapons against the opponents. Yeah, these are all based on the Viacom, as I can tell. Now, I could switch out to another turtle, but the thing is, I want to give her the hero right now, because she's always been given the damsel in distress garbage. And I'm glad that when they went to Viacom, I'm glad they decided to go with the old April over the new one. There was a new April that was having blue eyes, and her jumpsuit was no longer there anymore. They made her different from the original April. And that was during the, should I say the Red Clouds, cool, it can juggle too. Hey look, instead of a apple, you have a pizza, a sliced pizza. Did you pick up a weapon? No. So, because she has a microphone, she can't pick up weapons. It's safe to say everyone can't pick up weapons, because they are just got their own weapons. Okay, so that makes her swing, and this... Any comments? Any comments? I like that line. She takes her job seriously, and that's not a bad thing. The bad guys can't pick up weapons either, except for the Foot Clan. They're the only ones who can pick up weapons. I forgot that thing uses up a special attack. A special uses up HP. I was just spamming around too much. Come on! I love how she just hits him in the knee. Hits him with her knee. Knee jump. It's like, and so, like, full healing is a bigger slice of pizza. Okay, that makes sense. Grab it. Alright, so... there was no villain there. Surprisingly, that was surprising. Ouch. If anyone's seen the show Ninja Turtles, you understand that Mouthers weren't originally evil. They were actually created by a scientist that was trying to eliminate all the rats, but Shredder wanted it to destroy Splinter, of course, so that's why how Max was stopping him from the villain. So far I don't like the fact that there's no boss there. It lacks the original game. Where's the villain that set the bar? Oh, Rocksteady. Cool.
Any comment? Any comment?
Yeah, you can juggle just like I can.
Any comment?
Oh. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You get the power of the bosses. Ow! Dang, can you juggle? They did a good job making Rocksteady, though. I think it was Rocksteady had a crush on April O'Neil, if I remember right. And Bebop had a crush on, I believe, Irma. Nice, Cowabunga! Okay, that's good. It's like Japanese to the head. Jeez. Love how there's like voice files. Like, let's go. My least favorite stage, because there's a bunch of motorcycles all trying to like attack. Just like in the original Turtles game, it was actually a motorcycle stage. What are the odds? on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, for some reason, the newer Gadget, the newer April and the yeah. See, the reason why I say Gadget is because they both wear jumpsuits. The newer April had blue eyes and she had normal clothes compared to the jumpsuit. I guess they were trying to do away without the get rid of the jumpsuit idea. I guess they were trying to like I guess they figured the jumpsuit was kind of ridiculous. But that's kind of rude. I mean, think about it, it's rude. That's like people can get comfy with the jumpsuit, so like that's I guess ran out of style or something. I don't know. Fashion always runs out so fast. You never know what's in fashion anymore. And what's worse is when it comes out of fashion and goes back to being fashion. I know pizza. Ow! Oh, I hate when he smashed your face! Enough motorcycles, jeez! They're everywhere! So creative! The Foot Clan are training! I'm amazed! The person who made this game did a very good job. They must have been a fan of the show. The best part is they were a fan before it became ruined by trying to be like the movie/comic books. They were trying to be edgy like Batman. Keep going. Alright, so I wonder if Bebop is next. Soldiers, fight me! Alright, so let's see what the next boss is gonna be. Oh yeah, that's that Batman? No, that's not what it's called. Wingnut! Okay, thank you for reminding me. You're called Wingnut. Okay. Now, let me see if I can... Yeah, I can... It's a slow process, but I can win. I just need to get rid of this. Okay, that's good. I was able to pick you up that time. Alright, Wingnut. Which looks a little bit like Batman, if you want to be honest with ourselves. Just a more, should I say, mutated Batman. Yeah, it's not bad. I can deal with this. Something that gets too close and it's like, that's the problem. I can handle it. He's better than Eggman. You want to be able to handle it. He couldn't. Not bad. Okay, so we dealt with Rocksteady and dealt with Wingnut. Now, does that mean Bebop's gonna be the next one to deal with? This was given a lot of love. He even gave April a chance as well, which is nice, because she's always been a damsel in distress. That even she's getting tired of being the damsel in distress. I didn't like the, should I say, ending to, the Ninja Turtles. I mean, for one thing, it was too dark, and I just didn't like it. It took away the jokes, the humor, the lightheartedness. Made it more like Batman, where everyone's gonna die, and it was an apocalyptic world like Fallout. It was just terrible. One thing that's a shame about this is you can't even play as the villains. That would have been nice to be like Rocksteady and Wingnut and even like Bowser's in the Foot Clan, but they were not put in there. You guys got pretty high. Yeah, it's not that much. I was wondering, I hope I'm not stuck. Just one more bad guy to make an appearance. Come on! Come on, Foot Clan. I'm glad they didn't put any Ninja Turtle music in this as well. That's a good thing. It would have been copyrighted for sure. It's smart. In this day and age, music copyright is just all-time high. You really don't want to put anything related to any show nowadays, otherwise you're going to get in trouble. For the longest time, we had Happy Birthday being impossible to ever use ever again because of how people foolishly and stupidly was able to convince a judge to say, hey, we should copyright Happy Birthday. And it's like, you know, I think to myself, what kind of judge would be so stupid as to let Happy Birthday be copyrighted? A very dumb one, let me tell you. The day of your birth should not be blocked in copyright just because some idiot thinks that that would be a good joke to copyright. It's their birthday. People have a right to celebrate their stupid birthday. If they have a right to have a birthday, they have a right to celebrate it. Don't act like you're the key wielder of some frickin' year of your birth. That's just, it's immature, it's wrong, it's stupid. You have no brains. That's just wrong. Everyone has a right to celebrate their birth if they want to. Then we have like something like Nintendo being so pathetic. You know, like saying things like, well, we have a right to copyright whatever R is, so ours. And it's like, you know, it's like, I can understand what they're saying, but at the same time, I'm not understanding what they're saying because they're now being like, kind of like sand bullies, where they're like trying to copyright certain games that they can't like be made because they can't like not only have Pokeballs, but you can have like allies. So basically, you can only have like a game that has like no allies at all or something. It apparently offends Nintendo because apparently it can't be like Pokemon, which is why Power World was being sued because it was like Pokemon with weapons. And then we have the Nintendo Nazis who are like constantly licking Nintendo's boots, acting like they're doing no wrong. When I have no respect for that. And, you know, you can be like, well, you know, you probably never played Nintendo in your life. But the thing of it is, I have. I've played constant times of video games from, like, Nintendo to Sega. And I don't feel that's really necessary to attack creativity just because they're a lot similar to your games. Not only is it wrong, but it paints you... Ow! You killed me, thank you. Do another, sir. It paints you a nasty picture. it makes you jealous, because not only does Nintendo try to remove their actual ROMs, they actually also remove hacked versions of their games. So they're jealous because people who make ROM versions of them. What? Slasher! I expect to see you, Slasher! He's like an ancient turtle. Remember his origin, too. His origin was actually, he was actually a small turtle like every other Ninja Turtle, but he was actually, believe it or not, he was actually, Bebop's pet. He loved his palm tree to death. He just loved his palm tree. That's what I remember about him. I remember he loved his palm tree. Also confused a lot of life because this guy's hard to deal with. But I remember he's like, he was always loving his palm tree. Yeah, 9 Lives made things a lot easier. But my point is, I believe that Nintendo's going things the wrong way. I believe it's okay to protect your assets. However, when you start to be like, basically a Hitler... Okay, this is not fun. You've got problems. You can't go around trying to ruin people's creativities just because you want to protect your IP address. You can protect your IP address, but when you start making sure that nobody can make their own video games because you want to copyright everything that people do, it's almost like you're trying to be the only person that's allowed to make video games and no one else. People are only lucky that they can't copyright jumping and swords or shooting, otherwise there'll be nothing left for you to make, except for sports and rhythm games. In short, it'd be just so boring. I don't have respect for Nintendo. It used to be a humble company that was all about making cards. Now, they've become so bad that they are trying to ruin people's creativity. And the only ones who are defending them are the Nintendo-Nazis. Which is what I call them. I call them Nintendo-Nazis. Blinded by their love of Nintendo, that they don't realize that Nintendo is doing wrong. But I'm not stupid. That's why you'll never see me play any Nintendo games. Well, ones made by Nintendo themselves. I'll play ones that are third party. But I won't play any Nintendo games. The fact that Nintendo goes far is to get someone from another country, put them in jail, and then force them to pay. Makes me realize just how evil Nintendo's gotten. No one who ever has a good conscience and a good mind would go as far as actually find someone, put them in jail, and then force them to pay money. No, that's not a good person. That's not a good group at all. And the only ones that will defend Nintendo are the Nazis. The neo-Nazis. The Nintendo Nazis. Because they're blinded by their nostalgia. Which is what Nintendo does. Blind them by nostalgia. Which is not about Nintendo. Nintendo's... Oh! One of those stone plates... One of those clay ones. Cool. So the fat ones are replaced by stone ones. That's ironic. They went from being fat to being muscly strong. Come on. That was cool. I love the replacements. All the villains have been replaced. Now I'm curious, I wonder if Bebop's gonna be next. And also, I know for a fact that Nintendo has an account on YouTube. They're purposely doing it to make sure that they can rule over YouTube as well. Good luck with that. Everyone knows that YouTube is owned by Google. Not them. Also, I've heard that Nintendo games aren't doing so well anymore. I've heard that Pokemon especially has like broken bugs in there. They don't even bother to fix them. Oh, that was fast. I thought I was still going on to another powerful opponent to fight me. Cool. Now who is it? Bebop! Bebop! I knew it! I knew it was going to be Bebop. I just had a feeling it was going to be Bebop eventually. I had to deal with Rocksteady, now I gotta deal with Bebop. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, especially when I'll get my health back. Yeah, try to shoot me. Missed! Yes, indeed, Calabunga. Wow, time's going by fast. I'm already at stage 5 now. Quit using the knife on me! So April's not the best, but she's not the worst either. She's doing very well of kicking butt. Yep, another rock soldier. Oh, you want to be friends with each other? Pick that up. Come on. You can't even handle a damsel in distress? Wow. Keep collecting money. I like to think every time she picks up money, she's actually bringing it back to the city. So, the Foot Clan has been stealing, basically. I love how the difference between the Foot Clans is one carries a sword. I like that. Still has that stupid "Hey-ya!" crap, but that's okay. Everything is perfect. Now we got those. Oh, I hate those! Those are the ones that electrocute you. I can't stand those things. Oh. Oh, they drove me up the wall! And they explode too. I'm going down! Alright. Not bad. Money! So what, I may have died a few times, but I kept some lives. Now, of course, that flying thing's gonna come back. Those things were a pain, too. Explosion! Yeah, this is much better than the other mods I've played. These are much more, really have been creative. This person definitely was a fan of the show. They're creative, and I applaud. I'm gonna look up the creator of this person, and I'm gonna say, good work. Ow! Stop crying. Fool. The explosion! Come on. Fight! Huh, another clay soldier. Can't be the boss, though. No. Come on. Wanna fight? Ouch. Ow! Oh, it's Leatherhead! Cool. Hold on, Leatherhead. Let me get to you after I deal with this one. Ready, Leatherhead? Oh, I know your name. Everyone should know Leatherhead. I forgot I can break my combos. I have to use a special attack on him. Yeah! Eat special attack, Leatherhead. Ooh. I wonder if the Rat King is going to be there. That'd be nice. I'm sure I'm recording. Let me see, am I? Yeah, I'm sure I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. Had to make sure I was doing it. I hope Rat King's going to be there. Just like in the final one should be Shredder and Crane themselves. But I'm sure Rat King's gonna be there. He was one of the biggest villains. Ow! Ow! I love how it looks like there's multiple versions of them, like there's 2 of them. Ow! You judo throw me! Fudge you! Don't judo throw me. Those again. I will take care of you. Ooh, you can use a shield. Nice. Go into the jungle. Come on. Yeah, I need that pizza. It has that loud, yeah! No one wants to hear you, yeah! Not really. Ow! Ow! Stop juggling me! It's like what? It's like Streets of Rage 4. Ow! 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 Wow, that's what I call an infinity juggling. That was unfair, and I lost a life unfairly from that. Ow! Why am I not facing the right direction? Need more money. Lost all my extra lives. Ouch, that hurt. I love when they blow each other up. Friendly fire! that pizza. Ow! Stupid ladies. Ow! Wow! That hurt like heck, man. Ouch! Ah, she looks terrible when she's electrocuted. Come on! Let me go. Okay, Rat King! I knew it! I knew it was gonna be Rat King! I knew it was gonna be Rat King! Oh! I had a feeling it was gonna be Rat King. This is great. Rat King. I knew Rat King was gonna make an appearance. He had to make an appearance. I was gonna be disappointed if Rat King was not gonna make an appearance. Alright, stage 7. Then we got all these characters. Of course, they're gonna be a bunch of robots. Ah! I feel sorry for her when she gets electrocuted. Jeez. Ouch! An explosion. Torque would love explosions. He loves explosions. Come on, yeah. Explosion costs a lot of damage too. Careful. Ah! Get away from me! Ouch! Yeah! Grab the money! Pizza! Ouch, the explosion hurts. Ah! Yeah, need extra guy. Ouch. Need that pizza too. Oh no, there's 2 of them. I gotta get off the conveyor belt. I hate the conveyor level. It's one of the worst levels I ever came across. Yeah. Now. Ouch. Worth it. Okay, so if Shredder and Crane are going to be the final boss, then who's going to be the boss of this stage? Ooh! Baxter Stockman! It has to be Baxter. Baxter has to be the next one. I'd be shocked if it's not Baxter. But I wonder if it's going to be Baxter himself, or is it going to be the Fly version of Baxter? It's not going to be the Fly Baxter. It has to be the Fly. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. I gotta admit, April's doing very good for herself. She's not very strong, but she makes up for it with techniques and stuff. wonder if technique is how. I wonder if his technique is how high your special attacks go. Yeah, I was wondering if that's what it is. It's actually her special attacks is based on technique. It could be. I could be wrong, but I think it could be that her technique is what makes your specials higher, which would not be bad. It proves why hers is more damaging than the others. Keep going! Come on! Ow! Yeah, really, ow indeed. Owie! Stop grabbing her, fool! You can grab yourself instead. Rocksteady's back. Also, wonder if the higher technique does it like drain less of your HP. I wonder. That would be nice. Maybe that's what also makes it drain less too. Who knows? I'm just guessing. All right, come on. Are you Baxter? No, it's Wingnut. Really? I was expecting Baxter Stockman. Huh. I didn't think it was gonna be Wingnut again. Need to get rid of these robots. I'm gonna lose some lives here. That's can't be helped. Especially with these circle bots in the way. Yeah, I'm gonna take some damage. It's gonna suck, but it can't be helped. Ouch. I just need to concentrate. It's gonna be a bit difficult. That's a shame. I was expecting I swore. I was expecting Baxter Stockman. Man, Baxter is almost close to the B word. So no Baxter. Got it. Okay, final stage. And of course we're gonna have all these knife wielders, aren't we? It just zaps out my character's energy. Get rid of these knives so no one else can use them. Man, it almost took away all. It took away almost all the health. Jeez. Leatherhead's back. I'm not surprised. Still managed to not have to use a continue, but I'll eventually have to. This is really going to be hard. Starts off a little bit easier first before it gets harder. Rat King, you're back. Of course you are. I believe Rat King was one of those people that wanted April as his wife at one time, I remember. But, you know, it was not going to work out. I mean, she may be in a sewer, but she's not going to, like, live with some freak who makes himself seem like he's the big cheese, but he's not. You don't even get much of a story on him, on why he became the Rat King. It's like, you don't even get much info at all. It was like, why did he become evil? That's my question. Slasher's back. Although call him Slash instead of Slasher for some reason. Just to keep it short, obviously. Alright, that's gonna shave a little bit of my health. I'm not gonna help. It's not gonna be a help on anything. It's okay. I'm just gonna keep spamming a special effect. I might have to use the yeah, he can throw me pretty well. Yeah, lose a life on this one. That's okay. We're not out of the woods yet, unfortunately. There, I might have to use a continue after all. That's okay, at least I got so far without needing to continue before. So if my final score is that, that's not bad. And of course we got Bebop. Ah, that explosion worked in his favor. Of course it did. Alright, so we got Shredder, and where's Crane? Yeah, ironic, because I'm not even a turtle. I have a feeling Crane's gonna show up after Shredder. I just have a feeling. As soon as I beat up Shredder, Crane should appear. Yeah, here he comes. That was just a head. That was just the main henchman. Where are you, Crane? Come on. Show up, Crane. I know you're here. I keep beating up these Foot Clans until you get over here, you stupid brain. Where are you, Crane? There you are, Crane! I knew it! You'd be here. I knew that Shredder was always just a patsy, I mean. But the real villain is you, Crane. Of course you are. I'll take you down before I even lose it. Have to even continue. You don't even have a whole body! You're just partly a body. Ha! And just like that, you're defeated. Destroyed by the damsel in distress of the game! Ha 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 ha! Isn't that pitiful? You were taken down by the damsel in distress herself! Now let's see the ending. Oh. Nice. Even the ending looks good. This is probably the person who made it. I want to see the whole ending. I never saw the ending. Oh, look at them mocking the turtles. Just like them. Mock the turtles. And yet you lost to the damsel in distress, idiots! You're not so great. Ha! Yep, there she is, talking to the turtles. Channel 6 going live. And yes, for a long time ago, I actually had a crush on her. You gotta admire her. She had gone through a lot of dangers. Hey, Splinter. But she never gave up her job. She never gave up her life just because Shredder and the turtles became a part of her life. She didn't care. She decided to help the turtles out, and you gotta respect that. You gotta respect her. She was the damsel in distress that was a lot better than Princess Toadstool. All you got from her was a measly, like, extra guys or a cake. At least she helped the turtles better. So yeah, I love the artwork. It looks beautiful. It looks just like straight out of the 1980s cartoon. It is the chef's kiss. Another verse say from Train, Shredder, Mr. X, Calabunga. The end. Even Casey Jones showed up. Now, of course, not every game is perfect. What I wish they did was add more characters. I wish you could actually play as Bebop, Rocksteady, and the Shredder. And even Crane. And I wish that things like Mona Lisa could have made an appearance. Even, what was his name? Even the White Samurai Bunny. But, you know, I'm not going to criticize it. It was worth it. I enjoyed it, and I recommend it. Choose whoever you like and play it. Well, it's getting late, and I gotta get ready for dinner. So, until tomorrow, this is Toy Chica signing off. Have a good day. Bye!